Multiple historically black colleges and universities are on lockdown today after receiving potential threats. The lockdown measures come in the wake of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. The schools included Alabama State University, Virginia State University, Hampton University in Virginia, Southern University in Louisiana, Bethune-Cookman in Florida, and Clark Atlanta University in Georgia. Civil rights activist Reverend Al Sharpton is calling for an end to threats to HBCU campuses and all forms of violence. The FBI says they're taking the threat seriously, but there is no information to indicate a credible threat.
This is why we say white supremacy is the issue. Do you see the person, the suspect, the man they are looking for, the man at large? Do you see this man, right? He's obviously white. He's wearing a Patriot shirt. They say that he may be a college student, a white man. I want y'all to stick with me. Now, following Charlie Kirk's unaliving, 3 HBCUs, Alabama State, Hampton University, and Virginia State University have received threats. Threats for what? The suspect in Charlie Kirk's unaliving is going to be a white man. So why are black people being threatened? Because it's all about white supremacy, and no matter what, white people who are racist in this country, who follow Charlie Kirk's rhetoric, believe that black people should not exist. And so instead of turning on their own people, because this was white on white crime, they are directing their anger towards black people. They ain't got shit to do with the situation. I didn't even see a black person in the goddamn crowd. It was Utah. Ain't that like Mormon country or some shit? But no, black people once again, black students once again have to keep their head on the swivel because white racist, Christian, nationalists, KKK members, Nazis are all trying to target them for what? We didn't have shit to do with what happened to Charlie Kirk. It was white on white crime. So why are we being subject to hate? Because no matter what, we will always be the thing white people turn to when it comes to aggression because they can't take it out on their own people. And that is why Charlie Kirk was detrimental to people that look like me. And his rhetoric was detrimental to people who look like me because we're never safe around people who talk like that.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Sumi here again. I hope you guys had a very beautiful day today. Well, I'm making this video in this background. I hope it really doesn't disturb you in today's episode. Well, what am I going to be reacting on today? Tell me why I am learning on videos. Black colleges are being put in a lockdown. They are closed just because the white guy died. This literally shows how white supremacy is so much in America. Okay, so there are very many videos from black creators, the BlkAmericans, complaining because this is quite unfair. Because when you look at the situation, this white guy was shot, was pew-pewed by a white person. So that means black people in America, mostly black Americans, they don't have anything to do with this. So how comes they are closing up black colleges from different states, Alabama and other states? Now, before I start reacting or saying anything further than here, let us first hear these videos from these black creators, and I'm going to come back and give my side of the view in this same video.
And for me, the topic will always be about race. Tell me why several HBCUs have been under lockdown today in retaliation of, I guess, political threats from the Charlie Kirk fan base or whoever it was. Black people had nothing to do with this. The shooter wasn't black. There was barely any black people at the rally. Black people had nothing to do with nothing. Yet, we're getting death threats and bomb threats at schools. Specifically, HBCU colleges and universities. Black people, we could be minding our business. Okay? Minding our black business. Yet we're still always the center of conversation. We ain't had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. The man was white. They got the shooter on footage. He was a white man. But yet somehow we are always brought up into this whole debacle. Now kids got to miss school because...
3 HBCU campuses have received threats and had to cancel school and even do a shelter in place following Charlie Kirk's death. Alabama State University was forced to cancel all of their classes today and send faculty and non-residents home, and told all residents on campus to stay sheltered in place. Hampton University has canceled all of their classes and canceled all non-essential activities on campus and told all non-residents that they should not be coming to campus. Virginia State University has canceled all of the classes for the rest of the day and all extracurricular activities, and has advised all residents to stay indoors and people who don't live on campus not to come on campus. Mind you, this is the most recent image that was released by the police and the FBI as the person of interest for what happened to Charlie Kirk. So while everyone is screaming that violence is not the answer, Black institutions are now being threatened for something that had absolutely nothing to do with them. Let me just make things crystal clear. Violence has always been the answer when it comes to Black folks, and it is acceptable when it comes to Black folks in America. Violence becomes not the answer when it is somebody who is non-Black.
I really do think that people are using what happened to Charlie Kirk as a way to incite violence, because Black people have nothing to do with what happened yesterday, but yet HBCUs are being threatened. What do HBCUs have to do with what happened yesterday? It occurred at a university in Utah, and you're threatening HBCUs in the South. Somebody do the math for me. Somebody do the math for me. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Somehow Black people are always going to be at fault for everything. And it's really, really exhausting.
So breaking news, Charlie Kirk stands, who just can't accept the fact that people have differences of opinion than his, and or does not give a damn that he passed on, are now threatening to pew HBCUs. You heard me correctly. They are on X, group chats, all of that, threatening to pew HBCUs. I mean, I don't know if anyone, found out some information that I don't know, but was the pewer Black? No? Was he a leftist? We don't know. So why are we randomly targeting HBCUs? Because what, a couple Black creators on the internet said we don't give a damn that Charlie Kirk passed away because he didn't like Black people? So we want to unalive Black people for that? Huh. Also, condolences to all the families, all of the paramedics, firefighters who were involved in 9/11 who passed away 24 years ago. Condolences to all of y'all. Today is 9/11. I didn't forget. Don't worry. Shouts out to all of y'all.
The primary suspect in this shooting is a white male. The victim of this shooting was a white male. This incident happened in Utah, but for some reason, y'all are threatening Black students in historically Black colleges and universities in the South. Make that make sense. How does your brain even go there immediately to think that threatening Black students in historically Black colleges and universities is a way to direct your outrage? Your first thought was to threaten students that had nothing to do with the reason you're so upset. Your first thought was to threaten Black students in Black spaces of learning. I wouldn't even say surprising, because it's not surprising, unfortunately. But it is very, very concerning. And it reveals so much about your frustration and indignation. Because if you were really upset, you'd be upset at the gun laws that made it possible for someone to be sniped in the neck on a college campus in broad daylight. You'd be upset about that. You'd be upset about that even being able to happen to somebody, but instead, your outrage is immediately directed at a group of people who you do not like. And now it appears as if you're using this as an excuse to threaten and attack and go after the people that you do not like. They had nothing to do with the incident that occurred in Utah. But somehow the first thought of some people was to threaten Black students in the South. That was the immediate thought you had. That is insane, but unfortunately, it's not surprising.
Multiple HBCUs have gone into lockdown yesterday. My question is, how did black people get into this? The act was done by a YT man to another YT man. When did black people get put into the equation? But this is what I knew what was going to happen. They were going to switch the narrative to make it about a race war when it was never a race war to begin with. We still don't know who the shooter is, or at least his name. We got a picture. We don't even know his motives. And then y'all are on here mad that black people are telling y'all that we don't care. We not finna show empathy. We have no empathy to give. And y'all are mad at us for that. How y'all gonna be mad at us for not giving empathy to somebody who didn't like us? Even the people that are celebrating it, it's like y'all are mad that they're celebrating somebody who wanted us oppressed. Y'all are mad at people celebrating somebody who said that the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. Y'all can't get mad at people for celebrating that. And plus, we had nothing to do with it. The shooter was YT. I had seen a video of a guy who lives in Utah, and he said that he doesn't think that it's a political thing. He said that he thinks that it doesn't matter that the guy was Republican or liberal. What he think happened was the guy who did it, he's about to lose his farmland because of all the tariffs that Trump put in place. He thinks that the guy did it in retaliation to that. And honestly, it makes sense because I only know one political group who's radicalized enough to do something like that. But once again, we only know what he looks like. We don't even know his name. We don't know motives. So how are y'all going to go out to HBCUs and try to blame this on black people? We were not even there. And it's crazy because it's like, that's y'all first thought. Like, y'all didn't think to go to PWIs. Y'all didn't think to go anywhere else. Y'all went, how can we mess up black people? Let's go to HBCUs. And no, I'm not telling them that they should do anything to anybody. That's wrong. My whole thing is, why are we your first thought? We were not there. We didn't do it. It just blows my mind. Like, we are on y'all brains that much, rent free. But y'all stay positive though, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Peace.
So 5 HBCUs had to go on lockdown today due to safety threats. And this comes a day after Charlie Kirk got murked. We all know that Charlie Kirk didn't like black people. He hated black people. He spoke down on black people every chance he fucking got. But please believe, black people did not give a fuck about Charlie Kirk. Most of us didn't even know who the fuck he was. We didn't give a fuck about the hate he was spewing. That wasn't gonna come back on us. It was gonna come back on him, like it did. Don't start involving black people in this Charlie Kirk bullshit because we didn't give a fuck about no Charlie Kirk. So don't start trying to threaten HBCUs and talk about, oh, we gonna get our revenge on black people. Ain't got shit to do with it. Leave us out of the topic of conversation because we ain't got shit to do with Charlie Kirk. We don't know who shot him. We don't know why they shot him. And we don't give a fuck. Y'all need to figure that out. This is white on white crime right now. This ain't got shit to do with us. So please, leave these HBCUs alone if it got anything to do with Charlie Kirk, which I feel that it does. Go on about your business.
So let me get this straight. A white man loses his life to another white man in Utah. In Utah. I want to know, what is the closest HBCU to Utah? Why are HBCUs getting threats for something that don't even involve us? That was white on white. And this is what people mean when they say his opinions wasn't just opinions. Those were beliefs. He had people out there believing in that rhetoric. And then the response videos that I've been seeing that they've been reacting to, look, they talk like they want to line all of us up. The whole time we ain't got nothing to do with it. We wasn't there. We wasn't in Utah. Look at the crowd. Look at everybody that was there. But you want to go threaten the HBCU. That's the problem right now. That's why everything about this is so ironic. Talk about black folks just to lose your life to one of your own kind.
So why HBCUs had to be like shut down and under lock and key because of Charlie Kirk's unaliving? What the fuck does that have to do with black people? Then I just saw a video of white people marching in the streets talking about white people fight back, white people fight back. Do they even have anybody in custody? The 2 suspects that I saw that allegedly unalived this man was Caucasian, clear as the goddamn Caucasus Mountains. I guess it has to do with the fact that Charlie was very anti-black and he was a bigot and a white supremacist. So people automatically assuming that because he was preaching about black on black crime and gang violence and black people being the most violent people on planet Earth, which is a fucking lie, they automatically assume we got something to do with it. Why are HBCUs getting death threats? That shit happened in Utah. I know good goddamn. The same way y'all said we was all shocked and flabbergasted that there was black people in motherfucking where the black in Scotland. How you think we feel about black people being in Utah? A large population that would shock the fuck out of us too. Leave us alone. We don't have nothing to do with that. That man lived by a certain set of principles. He said empathy wasn't a real thing. He said there should be some casualties. Some people need to be unalived by the bow bow and the bang bang to protect his Second Amendment rights. He called black women stupid as all outdoors and said we were all nothing but DEI hires. And then in the raccoons with my same hue of complexion that's up here looking like they about to break down and fucking cry for this man. And that other bobblehead bitch, Dana Dane, saying myself, oh, you don't serve the same God that I serve. If you black, like, bitch, shut your bitch ass up. It's not about serving a God or nothing. It's about lack and empathy. He said he didn't believe in it. So we just taking a page out of his book. Now, I think it's always unfortunate when somebody loses their life, but come on. That man was not a politician. He was a podcaster. Y'all are going hard for somebody that literally was just a podcaster. Like, I that was trying to shape the minds of the Caucasus Mountain youth to be racist and bigots. This is what y'all... Just leave black people, because how the hell because if Johnny had 5 apples, bitch, Sprayla Vista Brooklyn Way. What the hell does this have to do with us?
Whether you be cool or come out of a bag on me, it really don't make a difference, because I'm grown and you can't beat me. Okay? Southern University, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Virginia State, Hampton, Clark Atlanta, Spelman, Morehouse, and Bethune-Cookman University. All 9 of these HBCUs have ended classes for the day, no office activity, no events, all buildings evacuated other than residential and dorm buildings on campus. Why? All 9 of those HBCUs received threats of violence due to what happened yesterday. When in fact, what happened yesterday has nothing to do with us, with black people. So now you have parents all over the country who are scrambling and trying to make sure that their children are safe, right, in the learning institutions that they left them in. And you want to get on the internet, whether you church folk, politician, or whatever, you want to get on the internet and police how black people are responding to the death of this man? When this is the fallout? When this is the next day? When people don't know if their children are safe or not? Baby, you don't get a drop of sympathy and empathy about none of that. My thoughts and prayers and my heart and condolences go out to the students and families who were involved in the incident in Colorado. That's about it. That's all you got from me. Because Nada had to text mine to make sure that she was okay on her campus. That is locked down. Yeah, nah. You don't get no sympathy from me. I'm so sorry.
It's crazy how this was a white on white crime and these folks coming at HBCUs. Let me tell y'all, bald head, long head, tall head, small head, frog head. Y'all better not start with us. How y'all gonna commit a white on white crime and say this was the Dems, this was the blacks? Baby, we is chilling. Black folks is outside line dancing. They ain't killing nobody. They chilling. They playing spades. They playing Uno. Them folks ain't bothering y'all. We ain't bothering y'all. Now, we ain't scared now. If you come for us, we gonna come for you. We gonna defend ourselves. But this clearly was an inside job. And y'all need to take it up with y'all president. That's what y'all need to go do. Folks been spewing hate all this time. And now everybody want to try to act like they up in an uproar. Like I said, this ain't the 1920s. You see why he trying to bring all the military and stuff around, because he want to be able to throw his weight around and do what he want to do. But I'm going to tell you this, it ain't going to be no easy fight. Have a blessed day.
So at this point, I think seeing a Black American in America unbothered about some things that are none of their business, it is a problem in America. You know, it is a problem because most Black people, honestly, should I say Black people in America don't have the soft parts, the soft spot in them. They don't have them. And the reason why most of them are not grieving about this white man dying, it's because this man did not like them. And I think it is a problem that Black Americans are not caring about the death of this guy. It is a problem. It is literally itching some people. It is itching them. Why are they not concerned? Why are they not feeling pain? We need to do something to them so that they also feel pain. We need to touch a spot that will make them feel pain. That is what they are doing this. This is crazy. People talk about white supremacy. Some people really don't understand what it means. And I think this incident, this situation portrays it out very well. Because tell me why a white man dies and the game is being flipped back to Black Americans. Okay, nobody has really said that, yo, it is a Black American who maybe did the puping. But when you look at this incident, now they are attacking Black colleges and putting them in a lockdown and closing them. It is indirectly showing that Black people have something to do with this situation. Are you guys even understanding me? I personally am just confused, you know. Now, when Black people always come out and literally show how they are being treated in America, some of you just don't maybe understand it. Just don't get it. Because tell me why there is nothing to do with Black people into this situation and now they are closing Black colleges, Black universities. Why are they closing them? Is it because they found out that Black people were not caring? Is it because Black people were like, that is none of our business, we don't even have to grieve? I think maybe they expected Black people to maybe throw their body down and cry and, you know, oh my God, we've lost our own. No, Black people did not do that. Because originally this guy, yes, he did not like Black people in the very first place. He was racist. And he was always putting white supremacy at the front. So I don't understand why Black people are even blamed or even are being affected by this situation. Guys, I am not trying to be so emotional, or I'm not trying to be, I think, let a spade be called a spade. Let the right thing be the right thing. At this situation, why do Black colleges have to be closed? I just don't understand that. I think they are trying to find ways of making Black people and Black Americans literally to feel the pain, to feel pain somewhere, somehow, because they realize Black people, Black Americans are literally not grieving. They are not crying. Why would they cry? I mean, Black people die every day. Black Americans die every day in America, and people really don't care. And tell me why, honestly, Black Americans should come out and start crying at the person who didn't like them. And now they are attacking them by closing Black schools. Okay, if they want, let them close them. And I think this time around, we are going to see what they call a war in America. Because I feel like these people are just being so provocative. You know, they are just being provocative. They are literally just provoking Black Americans. That's what I think. I don't know what you guys think. Because honestly, I'm looking for ways of how Black Americans are literally, you know, into this. This is none of their business. They should literally be in their beds eating their food and enjoying their life. And maybe watching TV what is going on in the world. Oh, they have buried him and that's all. And then why are they closing because they want to see Black Americans feeling pain somewhere, somehow. That is what they want to see. You know, that's what they want to see. They want to see Black Americans crying also. Let us see where this is going, guys. Let us see where this is going. Otherwise, let me know what you think about this video, guys. I hope I've not really prolonged it that much. So let me stop from here. Again, forgive my background, and because I'm doing this video from this bedroom because I feel this place has better lighting. Yeah, but anywho, let me know what you think about this episode down in the commentary, and I think we shall meet again in another clip that I'll be uploading. Bye bye, see you.